In this video, I will teach you how to single crochet. This is a single crochet swatch to see what it looks like. This is your chain row and your final row with all your single crochet stitches in the middle. So you can see it is reversible and makes a quite dense, nice fabric. To begin, I have chained on 11 stitches. This will create 10 single crochet stitches across the row. So for your first single crochet, you will insert your hook in the second chain. So leave the first one, insert the hook into the second chain, yarn over, pull it through. Now you will have 2 loops on your needle, so you will yarn over once more and pull it through both. That is your first single crochet stitch. You'll repeat that in your next chain. Insert the needle, yarn over, 2 loops, yarn over once more, pull it through both those loops. You'll continue in that way across your row, and then I will show you how to turn your work and crochet your second row. The first row of crochet is always a little bit more tricky to get into those chain stitches, but your second row and then onward will only be easier. Make sure that when you're putting your needle through your chain stitch, you're always doing the next chain stitch. You don't miss any, and you're putting it through the top of that little V that the stitch creates. Just the top on your chain row. Pull through both those loops. Don't let it get too tight either. You'll want to have a nice even tension through both. Yarn over and pull it through. Yarn over. Pull it through. Holding your yarn in the way that I taught in the previous video will teach you how to keep your tension even, which will create nice uniform stitches. And we have completed the row. So to make sure, as a beginning crocheter, to make sure that you get all of your chain stitches, you will want to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can see 10 chains across the top, so we know that we have got all the chain stitches crocheted. You will then chain 1 and turn your work. You don't have to move your needle to turn your work in crochet, your hook to turn your work in crochet. So for your second row, you will once again insert your hook into the second chain. So you will skip that first chain, put it into that second stitch. The different part of your second row is that you will put the hook through both loops. Put it through both of those loops because both those pieces of yarn create one stitch. Aside from that, you'll do it in the same way as you did on row 1, all the way across. Your work will want to curl at the beginning, but as you get further it gets easier. So you can see the next stitch, crochet through both, yarn over, and pull through. Crochet through both, yarn over, pull through. Continue all the way across your row. And your final stitch. That is round 2, row 2. You'll chain 1 as you did at the beginning of row 2, turn your work, and crochet into that second chain, which is your first stitch. Same as row 2. I will work one more row for you to watch, and then each consecutive row will be worked in this same way to create your single crochet. Just a couple more. And your last stitch. The last stitch is normally a bit trickier because it tends to get tight. So make sure you see it and don't let it get too tight. There we go. You can see your single crochet starting to develop, just as the swatch. Continue in that way until you feel comfortable with the single crochet, and then I will teach you how to crochet the double crochet stitch.